Bands top 5. Great rock bands top
15.
15, 20. Probably not top 10. We're best rock bands of all time. Top 20?
I think definitely top 20 because they were so good before they took the hiatus, and then they came back and had such a great run with like Permanent Vacation and the stuff in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, I would think you'd have to say I would think they'd have more of a case for top 10 than closer to being like out of the top 20.
Okay. So, yeah, I think so. What about it, Brooks?
I would say top 10 U.S. and then
Yeah.
overall maybe a little bit lower. I found a list just real fast for y'all to agree
American
or disagree.
What does Rob Bolton think?
Rob Bolton has them also top 10 U.S.
Okay.
Eagles, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Doors.
These are American bands.
They're better than the Doors. That's ridiculous.
These are American bands.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Beach Boys, Van Halen, Fleetwood Mac, Aerosmith, Leonard Skinner, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Nirvana. That's the top 10.
I mean,
11 is Metallica.
yeah, that's pretty good. Who they miss? Keep going.
12 is Journey, 13 is Jimi Hendrix, 14 ZZ Top, 15 Pearl Jam, 16 Santana, 17 Allman Brothers, 18 Bob Seger, 19 Heart, 20 Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's not. Yeah, that's close.
Where were they in? I missed
They were
them.
7.
They were
They were 7.
Yeah, that's close.
I was
would
about
say.
to lose it again if
Yeah.
they were behind Nirvana.
I love
No, I
the
wouldn't
fact-
have even brought up the
love
list
the
if they were
fact
that low.
they did more than the Doors. The Doors were good, but they did more. They
The
did,
Doors
yeah.
just have that
yeah.
world-renowned.
Because it's cool. It's cool to say
right,
the Doors.
because
You
he
like-
died young and all
Right,
that
right.
stuff.
So, Alan Verlander's here from Airstream Ventures. How you doing over there, buddy? You
I'm
an,
good.
You an Aerosmith fan?
Love Aerosmith.
Okay,
I love most of those people
Yeah,
on that
that's-
list.
that's
How can
so-
you not?
We have Aerosmith. I've told the story. My wife's favorite band. My wife's favorite non-country band is Aerosmith. So she loves Aerosmith.
And your favorite country band?
Oh, there's so many. Alan, where do I start? Where do I start?
Joe Diffie, right?
Gosh, he's one of many. Who was
I
the
had to
guy
bring
we
it
had?
up, Hayes.
Who's the
That
guy we
was
had? Who's the guy we had this week?
Sawyer Brown,
Yeah.
the band.
You
the
know
guy.
what? I thought Joe Diffie was my
Band.
favorite until I heard Sawyer Brown. I got
They
to tell
played
you.
at the fair here many times.
They
How-
recently played at the Thrasher Center
Yeah.
in Orange Park.
Oh,
at
that's true.
The end of August.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to go.
How in the
I'm not kidding. I wanted
how
to
in the
go.
world am I going to decide between those two, Alan? I mean,
That's a
you
tough
know,
one.
I mean, I just got to flip a
Just gotta
coin
flip
at
a
some point,
coin.
don't you?
Go with it.
Good Lord. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm good. I am good. Life is great.
Yeah, we're going to bring in Alan once a month to talk about kind of what's in the air tonight and what's in the air with the Airstream. Congratulations on a year, by the way. It's belated. But congratulations.
Yeah. 14 months.
Yeah,
Hard
yeah.
to believe,
Yeah,
you know? I was telling somebody on the phone today, this time last year we had a couple events and that was kind of it in the business plan.
Yeah.
And now I think our investors are like, are you sure you got I think you got too many.
Yeah.
But we've been very blessed and have been able to help the city of Jacksonville and bring in a lot of good events and big events. And, man, Jacksonville is just becoming a huge sports hub, and more people from around the country are saying, what's going on there? It's like anything else. I mean, it's when things are going good, people want to be associated with it, right? And so, I think right now we as a city are being seen as this is where you can bring a sports event and make it successful.
Yeah, and for people that don't know, I'm going to do a quick background. You can edit me when I get wrong. But essentially, Alan grew up here. Alan has worked for Host Communications. Alan got into the school business, was the AD and a very good one at JU for an extended period of time. Left there to go to work for the mayor and to run the city's sports interests there. Left there, went to the Jacksonville Sports Council, which is the Gator Bowl Association, our friend Rick Catlett. And then left to kind of do your own thing to kind of fill in the gaps where those other things aren't happening. And that was kind of what precipitated or really was the genesis of Airstream. Now, I said that very quickly, but that's essentially it. Airstream is here to bring more events to town.
Yeah,
you've done all that.
That's it. I mean, I've been in sports for 25 years, so I've fortunately I've got a lot of contacts. And it's funny. I was joking with somebody this morning. When I was 20 and Rick Catlin and I would walk around and he's 47, so my age at the time, I thought, man, he's got all these contacts. And now we fast forwarded, and I've been able to build a network of not only in sports but now entertainment. I mean, Jacksonville. You look at a lot of different things that we have in the world of music that we were just talking about. Jacksonville is a hub, and really North Florida, because you've got Daly's Place, you got the arena, heck, you got the stadium, you got the Amp down in St. Augustine, you got Thrasher Horn, you got a lot of great places where a lot of entertainment stuff is coming. And the other thing is the world of sports as we know it. We love our football here. But the world of sports has changed, man. Anything that you can compete in, we now call a sport. You know, your video games are now a sport. And it gets pretty serious. And they're pros that are making millions of dollars now playing video games. And so, we want to be a part of that. And in Jacksonville, we've been able to attract and bring big events. But now I think over the next 5 years, we're going to be, some of the most exciting stuff we've ever seen.
What is the highlight of year one for you? And I'm not asking, it's like asking you which is your favorite kid. I get it. But of the events, what's the highlight? Airstream, in your mind, the highlight of year one for Airstream?
Yeah, my favorite event that we do every year or every 4 years is March Madness. We had that last year. That was such a great city event. So personally, I love that. But, I really take pride in the fact that we were able to be a part of some really unique sporting events like Spartan, like motocross, that aren't the every normal day in and day out sport that we talk about. But when you look at the numbers that they produce, it's huge. And the fact that, thousands and thousands and thousands of people traveled to our city, stayed in hotels, spent money in our restaurants, shopped here, affected our economy. That's really big for us. Not to mention, both of those were on national TV, and you could watch that. So you add that whole other aspect to it. So that was really neat. But I probably the event that was really, really cool was a few weeks ago, the Publix Bold City Showcase that y'all were a big partner in, TV4 was a big partner in. It was hot as heck that day, but that's one of the best events, not only high school, but that have been in this city for a while.
I was going to ask you about that. The making such an impact on young people in the community, how rewarding has that been 14 months in?
It's neat. Well, actually, today is our Jacksonville High School 9/12 Day of Giving. September 12th. I'm not a smart guy, but I give Kennedy Talley props for that. She came up with this idea, so kudos, Kennedy. You've got to give her a shout out. And we've had so many people today join in and give. Some of the stuff that we're doing on the high school level, not only the sports, which is what you see and hear on radio, but we did a pilot ACT/SAT program at Lee High School. We had right around 60 kids in that program. They were all seniors. 14 different colleges got students from that boot camp that are now freshmen in college. All because, and if you talk to them and the testimonials, they say, if it weren't for High School 9/12, I wouldn't have been able to get my test scores up in order to get a scholarship to go to college. So you look at that, and it gives me goosebumps just thinking about that. That's really what we're in the business of changing lives. This economic impact and all this stuff is great. But if you're not trying to change somebody's life and make it better, why are we consuming air?
Very true. Alan, you've recently partnered with the Spring Games. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Spring Games is kind of interesting. It expands our footprint. So the Spring Games is the largest collegiate softball tournament in the country. They say the world, but, I'm not sure they're doing it in Bosnia or anything like that. So we'll say the country, but close to 500 teams in Division I, II, and III, NAIA JUCO, descend upon Central Florida over a 6-week period and play as many softball games as they can. And so you've got teams that we've all heard of to colleges that you've never heard of, all coming down. And basically they reached out to us and said, we were talking to somebody and needing a marketing partner, a sponsorships partner, and somebody that we were talking to said, you need to talk to this company down in Jacksonville called Airstream Ventures. They're doing great things, and they may work with you. So we took the call. I drove down to Orlando, and now we're their official partner. So I think what we're seeing is our company fits a niche because we can do a lot of different things and not just one little thing in particular, but it's been very rewarding. And I think as sports changes and entertainment changes, the needs for our companies and our company grows more and more.
We'll take a break. I'm going to keep Alan here for another segment. When we come back, I want you to talk about the things that are coming up next year, your next 12 months, but also to get more into high school 9/12, what it really is. I think people say, I've heard that. I know they do good stuff, but I'm not sure what they do. I want you to explain all that. It comes up after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's the Publix Ultimate Tailgate. You could win $250 toward your ultimate tailgate. Cornhole accessories from Mystic Cornhole and sausage from Cagino Sausage Company.
We aim to please.
Enter now at 1010XL.com.
We're all looking to do things in the most convenient fashion, so why would you choose the traditional and stressful way to sell your home? Open Door is your answer to selling your home stress-free. Lauren Brooks here. You can skip the hassle of staging your house through all the showings, and there's no risk of buyer financing falling through. That's right, stop worrying and start moving on. I have friends who have already sold their homes to Open Door, and they raved about how smooth everything went. You can get a free competitive offer within just 24 hours with Open Door. Open Door's website is so simple to use, and since Open Door buys a home every 34 minutes, yours can be next. Join the hundreds of thousands of people who have gotten their Open Door all-cash offer. You can get your free competitive offer at opendoor.com/myoffer today. So what are you waiting for? That's opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Go to opendoor.com/myoffer.
American Window Products, rated by Best of the Best Television as the #1 window company in America. Our installers are all American Window Products employees, no outside contractors, no high-pressure sales, just skilled, honest folks that can save you a bundle on your electric bill. Replace your old windows with Eastern Architectural Systems today and pay nothing for installation on 6 or more windows. Visit AmericanWindows.com and check out our video by Best of the Best Television.
American Windows.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Jeep Adventure Days.
Trade in and trade up with the best deals of fall.
But it's only at
Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Bay Meadows. Bring in your car, truck, or old SUV and get the most for it when you buy or lease a new Jeep. Navigate home in the all-new Compass from just $209 a month. It's hard to believe that an SUV this good
is so inexpensive to drive.
You save up to $4,000 off MSRP. Upgrade to a brand new Cherokee from as little as $239 a month. Pick the one you want and save up to $5,000 off. Drive a new Renegade and save up to $6,000 off MSRP. See our inventory at jaxcjd.com. Nobody has a better selection. All new Ram trucks are priced up to $10,000 off MSRP. Plus, you get 0% for 60 months.
I'm saving.
It's a trade-in, trade-up sales extravaganza.
Today's a great day
to get a great deal. Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of Into the Night Replay.
The Jaguars are going to go 0-2 to begin the year. Now, they may win. My picks have been sucking lately. But even if they go 0-2, I'm telling you, this team, as long as they can be around 500 without Nick Foles, if they can be somewhere around 4-4, 4-5, somewhere in that neighborhood, they're going to be okay in this division.
What better way to show off the all-new Diamonds Direct than with our best offer of all time? Right now, get 5 years, 0-interest financing on any purchase with nothing down. It's happening now at Diamonds Direct's incredible new showroom off Town Center Parkway. Come get that $7,000 engagement ring and pay just $117 a month. This amazing offer includes certified diamonds, earrings, pendants, designer jewelry. Nothing's held back. 5 years, 0-interest financing. Going on now at the all-new Diamonds Direct off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. On approved credit.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Rick Boo. You know my friends at McGowan's are the best in the business. So when you need AC service or repair, you want to hire the prime-time players. Don't settle for some other second-rate practice squad repair service. I'm telling you from my own experience that McGowan's always makes the cut. Expert technicians, fast, reliable service, and fair pricing means you'll always be with a winning team. Call McGowan's at 264-COOL. My friends at McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
License number CMC 125075.
If you're an experienced welder or pipe fitter, Local 234 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters is looking for you now. They provide competitive pay and great benefits that are no cost to you. That's $29.84 an hour, and with those benefits, you'll be earning $44 an hour. Join an organization with thousands of members that have the same goal as you, to get the job done right. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today. Local 234. Make the right connection.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an Old Rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
The Doors. What a joke.
Aerosmith today on Old Rock Thursday. Lauren had a list earlier that had the Doors ahead of Aerosmith, and Hayes Carline wanted to fight somebody. I like that. I like.
I like the Doors.
Yeah.
They're not ahead of Aerosmith.
I like want to fight Hayes. I like Hayes who wants to fight. That's awesome. Alan Verlander is here first with us one more segment to talk about Airstream Ventures. All right. I wanted to get into high school 912 in a minute, but quickly before we do that, everything you do, give me. You don't have to go. Give me a quick overview of all your events in the first year.
Yeah, the first year, golly, we started with the Fortegra Invitational. We did the basketball tournament that 1010XL was a great partner in, and TV4 as well. That came off really well. We're doing that again. That's coming up December 12th through the 14th. We've got some really high-level basketball players in this city. Got a couple of top 100s by ESPN that'll all be in that tournament. So kids that'll be playing in ACC, SEC. So it'll be a good opportunity for people to come out and see. We do have great college basketball or high school basketball here. We've got our music festivals that we did with Spring in the Blues and had just tremendous success out there. Over 100,000 people came to those 4 music festivals. So
four different festivals.
4 different festivals. We had a great first high school baseball tournament benefiting walk-off charities that was just an unbelievable teamwork effort. And I think the high school coach, I know you've heard from them all, Frank, that have said, I'm playing in it next year.
We had expanded, and some people are mad at me that we couldn't get everybody in. But we've had expanded from 8 to 12 teams just to get everybody that wanted to be in, and we turned away about 4 that aren't very happy with me, and I apologize. Well, they'll be in next year, So yeah, it was very well.
Yeah, I heard from him too. It's
okay. I know you did. So we did.
I told him it's Frank's call.
Blame me,
I don't have nothing to do with it.
It kind of was. So
the basketball, football, baby, but not the baseball.
That's right.
But yeah, then the Spartan race was in February. You had the motocross event in June that had close to 20,000 people. Think about this for the motocross, and y'all time and have interviewed many people that have put on events. In motocross alone, we had people coming into this country for this event from 22 different countries, 20 different states. We don't get events like that. The players, of course, blows those numbers, but that was a cool event to be a part of. And then obviously the Publix Bold City Showcase presented by Sonic was a great event. And our high school, we did a lot of different things in the high school 912 space that weren't an athletic event. We did seminars. We did the boot camp. So it was a busy first year. This second year, we've got a lot on the books. Added the spring games. We're actually adding an event that I'll tease with, but in November that will be announced here shortly. That is going to be such a unique event. You're going to love it.
He pointed to Lauren.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You're
it has
going to love
something
it.
to do with either
You're
country
gonna love
music
it.
or wine. One of those two things.
Maybe both. And it's going to be such a unique event that we are very privileged to be a partner with. And so I think then we've got our music festivals, the spring games in the spring. We've got our high school events. So it's a busy time, and we've, through all of our staff, they just do an amazing job. It's great for the city. The city has been a great partner. Mayor Curry is such a big sports fan, as we know, and has been very supportive from his mayor's office. City council visit Jacksonville with Michael Corrigan. Everybody's just been very supportive, and let's come together and get Jacksonville on the map.
Academically, what are some of the success stories that you've heard from kids that have now moved on?
The high school 912 piece of this is just it's remarkable. And as we were talking off air, sometimes problems that we have are pretty easy to solve if you get politics out of it, right? And so for the standpoint of, in Duval County Public Schools, we have bright kids. Sometimes that message of doom and gloom gets said too much. There are bright kids in our Duval County Public Schools that maybe their home life's not as good. Maybe they just don't have the money to take an SAT, ACT prep course because, all of ours are I guess some of us that have kids that we say, yeah, I'll just write that $350 check and don't even think about putting my $4 in there. These kids can't do that. And so this boot camp, we had so many success stories of that kids, 14 different colleges represented in that boot camp of 60 kids. Those percentages are pretty good. And so from High School 912 and all of our corporate partners, because they get all the credit because they're investing in this program, we go in and we teach this for 6 weeks, and now their average score on the SAT jumped 200 points. We had 1 or 2 jump 300 points. One girl, as I was telling you off air, we received an email from her that just said, without High School 912, I would not be in college today. Thank you so much. She had an 870, went to an 1170, qualified for Bright Futures, got a first-generational scholarship, and now is in college. She lived with her mom and her boyfriend, who was a drug dealer. House got shot at regularly, and she said, this is my only way out. And so for us to be a small part of her life, or maybe a big part of her life, that can get her into, she's in the dorms now in college, having a lot of fun. Now she's got to do the classwork to maintain that, but really that's what High School 912 embodies. It's that academic, sports, and life. And if you want to check it out, jackshighschool912.com. We would love to have you as a partner.
Do you have a podcast? Does Airstream Ventures have a podcast, Alan?
And we have the best intro and extra announcer ever in the history of podcasts. Thanks for that softball.
Thank you.
Yes, we actually do have a podcast. We have one with Justin Barney this week. We do one every other week, and we're just addressing. We recorded one today on college guidance, which you're supposed to be doing in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So go. It's on iTunes. It's on our website, but we just look at all different high school elements. It's not just sports. We've had Dr. Green on, the superintendent. We've had teachers on. We've had coaches on, students on. But it's just kind of an inside look at high schools and high school sports and all the different things going on in a high school mind.
Alan Verlander is here from Air Ventures. Final thing we'll talk about is at Walk Off Charities, our charity. We have hired Airstream to kind of run it. You guys know how to run it, and it got kind of big for us pretty fast. It was a lot of people cared about. I think people that have heard this show know that we're trying to help young people play baseball that ordinarily couldn't, and Lauren's real involved in it. And we put on clinics, and we sign them up for leagues, and we pay for the leagues, and we get them gloves, and it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And but your terrific staff has taken it to the next level for us. In fact, this is just coincidental you're here today, but tomorrow we have a board meeting where you're gonna have, your staff has done a wonderful job preparing a kind of a budget for the next year. How many clinics we're going to do, the events we're going to put on. So and what I did is I asked Alan and Joel, who runs it for us, who works for Alan. Joel said, let me show you the budget. I said, I don't want to see it. I'd rather you present it to me and our board, and so we can learn. So I want to learn too on how we think we can grow this thing. Now, obviously, it's hard because it's my thing, so I'm going to say no, yes, no, yes. So that's why Joel wanted to show it to me beforehand. But I appreciate all the work you guys have put into it, and I'm very excited about the partnership we have.
Just
with
make sure
Airstream.
there's hot dogs in
Yeah,
there.
that's right. There will be hot dogs. But I'm serious about that. You guys have helped really grow Walk Off, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't go where it went without Joel and your team.
Well, I appreciate it. It has been a very rewarding thing seeing the kids come out and how the clinics are administered, and just the excitement around it. It was interesting. We were looking at that today, and I sat back and I mentioned it to one of our staffers. I remember talking to Frank when he was going to start this. We've been friends for a long time, and the fact that your vision for it, and now 3 years later, all the stuff that we got on a PowerPoint, it's like, you got to be kidding me. But this is the brilliance of American vision. If you have a vision and you genuinely, I believe, want to help people, and your heart's in the right place, that's blessed. It's blessed. And so no politics is involved with this.
Right.
No, nothing, it's about helping kids, and it's about furthering the sport of baseball. And we believe in Walk Off so much that we changed our sign out front of our office to put our true partners. It wasn't just Airstream. It's all of our partners. So excited about the board meeting, but we need so many people in this to say, I want to make a difference, and you and Lauren and everybody that's involved with it, kudos, because we're just here to be a vessel to help.
Yeah, the most popular person at the clinics is the hot dog lady. There's no question. The hot dog lady. They want to fill ground balls and they want to hit, but they see the hot dog lady setting up the hot dogs. You're like the most popular one there.
I don't know if I'm the most popular. I think Zach, who does the stretching, I think he's the
Zach
most popular
Osbeck.
because he's been called a legend, and I don't have that status. But I'm happy to provide that.
You're second, though. You're
you go.
you're definitely second.
Alan, I've told the story before, and of all the things we do, of all the things I've ever done in 32 years now of radio and 40 years in the media and being involved, living in Jacksonville my whole life, to your point about the people that reach out to you and say, thank you for putting me through college, helping me get to college and increasing my SAT, I think the most rewarding thing for me, and again, the kids that come to these clinics, many of them would never have a baseball glove, would never play baseball, and it's hard for me to imagine a little person never playing baseball, softball, whatever, but they never played Little League Baseball. The most rewarding thing for me, by far, is we give these gloves at the beginning, and we talk to them all in a glove, and we put your name in your glove, so you'll know it's yours, and the first kid that comes up and goes, do I get to keep this? That's the best. Because this kid never thought he'd have a baseball glove. And if you're listening now, you're thinking, is it possible that kids would never have a baseball glove? It is possible. It not only is possible, but there's areas where it's prevalent that the kid, you'd live your whole life and never have a glove. And so the kid that goes, do I get to keep this? That's the best moment of all. Don't you think? Of all of us, it's the best moment.
Totally agree, but taking it one step further, let me just say, 165 kids this spring played baseball because of walk-off charities.
In a league.
A couple leagues. I think 2 or 3 leagues.
That's right.
165 kids that would not have played baseball, probably would have been on video games, probably might not have been doing anything, and all of, leading on a path that they probably don't want to be leading on to their parents. 165 kids. Yeah. The goal this year is 300 kids.
Right.
I mean, the goal 5 years from now is a couple thousand kids that walk off through all the supporters and all the investors, because without them, we don't have the money for this.
That's right.
Are now playing that their parents couldn't afford, all because of your vision and the vision of others. So
and I every time I say this, I want to talk about the best baseball coaches in Jacksonville. I've said this before. Tim Parrington, the UNF coach, and Chris Hayes, the JU coach, can be having a game that night. I mean, one time, I wanted to get the teams right, Stetson's in to play JU, and Gulf Coast is in to play UNF. Big series, late in the year, Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. And that Friday morning, TP and Hayes are out there coaching our little 8-year-olds. That's amazing. Our high school, the best high school coaches in town, and there are so many of them. I mean, the best, the guys, Tom Stanton, who's won state titles and regularly goes to Final Fours. D-Rob, who's a former pitcher at Parker and now, or JU now coaches at Parker. I think of the 17 Duval County schools, Zach Osbeck, who you mentioned, who's an AD and coach at Bishop Snyder, of the 17 Duval County schools, I think 12 of their head coaches work our clinics.
Yeah.
Head coaches. It's pretty amazing, these coaches that take their time and go out of their way to do this for us. John Farrell was a first-round draft pick and comes to every clinic. A first-round draft pick. So it's people.
Pretty good golfer too.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Don't tell him that. Don't go to his head. So, but it's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about everything Airstream's doing. You've made a difference in this city well before you were with Airstream. I mean that, and I think the way you're working in concert with the Jack Sports Council, with Visit Jacksonville, everybody kind of working together. We're all on the same team. We're trying to bring stuff to Jacksonville. That's kind of the idea.
Represent one word, Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's where we got to get everybody on the same page. And so it's been rewarding. And at the heart of it, we love, as I tell people, the Airstream part is our profitability structure. The high school 9-12 piece is our give back, and that's where we're making a difference. And so, we just appreciate everybody that's walked along this journey with us. 1010 has been a big part of that. And, look forward maybe in next month to looking at what the events, that event that I kind of primed you on, that will have been announced by now. And so there's a lot of cool stuff that's happening in Jacksonville.
Congratulations on your first year. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Alan Verlander from Airstream Ventures. Back in a moment on 1010 XL and 92.7.